Hello and welcome to the fourth video of a 8-week video series where I am sharing with you or talking to you about the 8 rider habits to implement to improve your confidence, performance and enjoyment in your riding. This habit is all around focus and the importance of creating focus in your riding, both in your training rides and also obviously importantly in your competitions if you're a competition rider, in your warm-ups. Hi Kim. And really being able to bring yourself into focus when you notice yourself that you're distracted, and that might be that you're distracted from just things going on around the outside of the arena, distracted from a busy warm-up. It could be that you're distracted from inner self-talk demons going on, some fears, some worries, some what ifs. Your horse might be distracted or being really hot and nervous or naughty underneath you, so that's going to distract you and pull you out of your focus zone. So it's really important that we are able to get ourselves or be aware of how we ride when we're focused compared to out of focus or not in the zone, and bring ourselves back to being focused. And when I talk about focus, what I mean is being in the moment, so riding in the stride, being in the zone, so focus, concentrating. It's all, so using different language, different words, but it's all the same thing. When you're on the arena and you're in the moment, you don't notice things going on around you, you don't notice that maybe a float's pulled up next to the arena, or if your horse gets distracted or starts to feel a bit unsettled or whatever, it doesn't pull you into nerves because you're in the moment, you're just riding, you can stay focused and not get distracted about more so your inner self-talk than anything. And it's really important. And when I'm working with riders around improving their confidence in particular, and maybe they feel nervous getting on and riding or performance anxieties, really there's so many tools we can do, but the answer really is how your ability or improving your ability to get in the zone. And if you can bring yourself into the zone and create focus in your riding in specific moments, then you're able to get out of your head, in your body, and just ride how you need to. So when you're having issues around nerves in the saddle, at competitions, maybe performance nerves, you're forgetting your test, you're making stupid little mistakes, you're underriding or overriding at competitions, the answer is practicing getting in the zone or practicing being able to focus and be in the moment. And so today I want to share with you a rider habit, I guess, or a tip to help bring you into focus when you're not. And it's one of the quickest and easiest ways to probably do it. There are obviously so many exercises and strategies to help improve your focus, improve your concentration. But this is a one way to quickly kind of get you in the zone, and when you're riding around and you notice that you got distracted, you're thinking about maybe a conversation you'd had with a family member earlier that day, or something you've got to do later in the day, or you could be feeling nervous and having what if thoughts. This is an excellent exercise to help quickly bring you back to some level of focus in your riding and get you out of your head and in your body to just ride. So the exercise is, or the strategy I guess I want to share with you today, is all around our eye position and where we look when we're riding. And so what I mean by this is when you're riding, you're obviously looking somewhere with your eyes, and we're actually taught to look up, look where you're going, ride to a certain point, and make sure you're looking up, which obviously gives you a beautiful position. It lifts your chin up, it straightens your back, and it's a lovely way to ride and a lovely look on a horse. However, what I have noticed in my own riding and working with riders is that isn't necessarily the answer for all of us to help get us in the zone. And what I mean by that is, for myself personally, when I'm riding, if I'm looking up and looking over here and got my eyes up and my chin up, I guess, and really looking to where I'm going, I find it so hard to get in the zone and focus. I get distracted, I might see things outside the arena, I just feel like I can't concentrate in my brain, and I have just thoughts. I might just be thinking about what we're doing after the ride, or I might have a negative what if thought, or whatever it might be. But what I have noticed is when I can come to my focus zone, which for me with my eyes is just in front of, so not quite at the pole or the ears, but it's like in the middle part of the horse's neck, and just focus there, that I can tune everything out and really just get into my body. I can feel my horse. I can, then I'm not overthinking, and therefore when the horse, whoever I'm sitting on, does something, I can react through my body without overreacting through my head first and overthinking about it. And it's just such a better ride. When I think about all my good rides, I'm here, my eyes are here, I'm in this blurred kind of vision, I'm not fixated on anything, and I'm not even really seeing anything, I'm just feeling. And so I want you to take this into your riding this week, to notice when you're riding around, where are you looking when it's going well, and where are you looking when the ride's going not so well, and then being able to remind yourself to bring yourself back to that really focused zone for you. And one great way to start to work out what is right for you, because it's going to be different for everyone, is to think, so now as you're listening, just close your eyes if you can, or think about a ride you've had that was one of your best rides ever. It could have been in a lesson where you were super focused, might have been a competition, or just a training ride at home where you felt there was no nerves involved, your horse was concentrating, you were concentrating, and you just had the best ride you've ever had. And I want you to visualize, where were you looking in that ride? And just notice, were you up or were you down at the neck? Were you at the pole? Were you like a couple of meters, excuse me, in the sand in front? What kind of vision did you have? Was it a blurred vision or a really fixated vision? And just become aware, become curious about what kind of vision you had. And then I want you to take your mind to a really bad ride you've had. So that might be a bad ride because you were just distracted, you weren't in the moment thinking about your ride, had a lot going on in your head and you couldn't concentrate. Or it could be a bad ride because you were super nervous, you're overthinking, worrying. And I want you to take yourself to that ride and just notice, where were you looking in that ride? And there will be a difference between the good ride and the bad ride, and notice, what is that difference for you? It'll be different for everyone, like I said, and there's no right or wrong. It's just, what is the difference for you? And then once you have that awareness, then it's key. When you come into the arena for your ride at the start of the ride, you can remind yourself, okay, put my eyes where my focus zone is. And so you get on, you put your eyes in that focus zone, walk, trot, canter, off you go. But you'll become out of focus a million times within your ride. That's why this is included in the rider habits, because you need to make it a habit to keep bringing your focus back. That will never stop. You'll always get distracted, especially when you have walk breaks. That's when we can often get distracted. We have to refocus or put ourselves back in the zone. And so really just having this key trigger, and it is a trigger to go, okay, whoops, I'm looking up and about. That's not where I need to be for me. I need to be at my horse's neck. Okay, bang, in the zone. Trot off, do what you need to do. I've got distracted, I just had a what if thought, bang, bring my eyes back to the neck. And it's just repeating that habit over and over. So then if you're a competition rider, you're practicing at home in your arena, so then when you get out to a comp, to a busy warm-up, and a busy warm-up's key. If you ride your best with your eyes down on the horse's neck, don't get into a busier warm-up and be trotting around and looking at all the horses and too distracted. You'll never be able to focus, and that's a big trap that we fall into. I do myself. We get into this busy arena, we're trying to stay out of everyone's way, we're watching horses to make sure we're not going to crash, or that horse isn't being silly, and we're trying to avoid horses, and that is going to cost us big time. We cannot focus when at home we're on our horse's neck, we don't even look up. So that's really key. Have that thought, have that awareness about in your training, so that when you get into a competition arena, into a warm-up arena, you're replicating what it is that you do at home. And so many riders say to me, I never ride as well or the same at competition day as I do at home. And this is one of there's so many different aspects, but this is one really key aspect to make sure you're helping yourself ride as similar to you usually do in a training ride to a competition day, is by noticing where your eyes are. Because generally at home, when you're riding by yourself in an empty arena, your eyes can have the luxury, I guess, of being more relaxed on the horse's neck. And then when we go out to a busier warm-up arena, to a dressage test, for example, we change our eye position. So just really kind of banging on about being aware of that and noticing the difference. Obviously, I should say, if you're show jumping, excuse me, jumping, anything like that, obviously your eyes need to be up. That's the case, you do need to be looking around your course. But us dressage riders, we don't, yes, it looks beautiful, and we do need to know our lines for accuracy. But once you know the arena, making sure that you're actually prioritizing being able to stay focused in the zone and out of your head in your body is far more important than a little bit of accuracy. That will come with fine tuning. So, hope that all makes sense. That's your exercise this week, is to notice where your eyes are in a good or bad ride and noticing the difference. If you love this video, please like and share it with some other like-minded riders that you know would get a lot out of this video. And also, if you want to know, because this is just obviously one exercise of how to create focus, and really creating focus or being able to ride in the zone is key to our success and mostly our enjoyment in our riding. If you're in the zone, that's why so many riders tell me that's why they ride, because it's their time out, their time away from the busy world. And if you aren't able to get in the zone, you don't even get to enjoy that time out. It doesn't become that meditating type of hobby that we talk about so often. So if you do like these kind of exercises, you might enjoy some more of my free videos on my website, dressageplus.com.au. So jump on there and have a look. And I also have some information on there about how you can work with me. You can work one-on-one through phone coaching, or I also have 4 online courses you can check out there that take you through. I've got Compete with Confidence, another one around warm-ups, how to ride warm-ups confidently, and then a goal setting course and a 6-week riding plan, a PDF, to take you through bringing your horse back into work if you've been out for a long time, or your horse has been out and you're feeling a bit nervous or unsure of how to do that. So check those online courses out if that's of interest to you. Have a great week, guys, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.